Best way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet would be to completely divide them from the love within themselves. As soon as they are old enough to begin creating an understanding of who they are, force them into a system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal. Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. Make them attend that institution from age 5 until an adult and repeatedly test them on the information so that it becomes their truth. Give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions of the world. Scold them and humiliate them if they suggest an opinion that opposes that of their authorities. Keep reminding them of how cruel their ancestors were to each other in the past and broadcast how cruel they are to each other in the present. Only show them tragedies on the news so that they live in fear and think the worst of one another. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild animal. Make them think that their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose and struggle to make sense of a creator. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. Provide them idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never content with their own appearance and can't help but to compare themselves amongst each other. Create addictive digital platforms that rank them by numbers so that they base their self-worth off of the amount of followers that they have and are never satisfied. Build a society around them in which those who have money benefit and those who don't fail. Make money their main focus, but make it so difficult to accumulate that they remain in a place of constant struggle, forced to dedicate the majority of their time to the system that made it this way. Tax them in every way possible, but tell them that it's for their own benefit so that they don't think twice about paying it. Take so much of their time and energy throughout the week, but give them 2 days to themselves so that they feel a sense of reward and don't fight back. Promote the consumption of poison in every social setting so that even on those 2 days, they remain disconnected from themselves and each other. Pump their food with excess sugars and addictive chemicals, but make it cheap, advertised, and easily accessible so that they never stop consuming. When their food makes them ill, prescribe them medication that only There are only 3,000 billionaires in the world. And Jeffrey Epstein only had clients that were billionaires. Let me put this into perspective for you, because there are more people that have climbed Mount Everest than there are billionaires in the world. So if there was a guy running an elite pedophile ring to people that had climbed Mount Everest and people that have climbed Mount Everest only, wouldn't you think that there would be a giant investigation on people that he had contact with and had to his home and had dinners with and had to his island that had climbed Mount Everest? But the thing is, these billionaires that are involved have so much influence and so much power over the world that they are untouchable, and that's why nothing has happened yet. That's why it's been 190 days since the release of the Epstein files, and not one person has been sent to jail since. It's been 190 days since we found out that the people that are running our world are cannibalistic pedophiles doing the worst, most inhumane crimes imaginable, and not one person has been arrested since. Ask yourself why, because it couldn't be more obvious that everyone is just turning the other cheek because they're all involved. It's up to the people now to do something about it. And if only we realize that we actually are the ones that hold the power, if we come together, then things would actually change. Personally, I don't know where to start, but I know a good start would be not buying at freaking Victoria's Secret anymore. Les Wexner, the owner and founder and creator of Victoria's Secret, was so heavily involved with Epstein that he let Epstein control all of his finances. And he's actually the reason why Jeffrey Epstein was rich in the first place. And people are still out here shopping at Victoria's Secret. I don't know the best way to fight the evil billionaires that are running the world, but I have come up with something using the skills that I have to not let people forget. And it's a clothing brand that has the truth written all over it, so that you can spread awareness and remind people just by walking outside. Imagine if every person was wearing a shirt that said the Epstein files should have started a revolution. What better way to connect with like-minded people that feel the same way about the evil people running the world than by wearing a shirt, because that way you don't even have to say anything and people know where you stand. It's a start.
Now, the speaker in this video, who is Morgan Marshall, also captioned this video. It's been 190 days since the Epstein files were released, and not one person has been arrested or sent to jail since? How is it not obvious to every single person what's going on? Which I would ask the same damn question. Now she continues by saying the people involved are untouchable because their power runs deep. They protect each other. Nothing will happen until we decide. It's upsetting that I can tell the world it's starting to forget, but we can't let such evil get swept under the rug. So I started a brand to spread awareness. Clothing that allows you to connect with others that are just as mad about the evil in the world. Because once we come together, things will change. Get the conversation started. And this is so true because you guys can go ahead and check. And she actually posted this on August the 8th, I believe so. Not too long ago, right? And the same question I will ask, how is it not obvious to every single person that refused to believe that these stuffs are going on, that's actually going on? Because once again, not one person has been arrested or sent to jail. Not one single person. And so many stuff were revealed. Obviously not everything. There are still things that are hidden from the public, but the context of everything surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, it was released. The public was like known to it, like it was out there. It was for the public. And you're telling me not one person was sent to jail? Not one person? Like it can't get more obvious than that. Like if you still refuse to believe that these persons are in power or they have connection and they are doing like I want to find the best word. They are doing disgusting acts, terrible things to children, to people overall, then I don't know what else proof you need. I don't know what else proof you need, man. I swear to God, I don't know. Now, as for what Margaret Marshall was saying in the first video, she was talking about the architecture of control, right? The systemic division and manipulation of the special species, and in other words, us humans. Now, the mechanism that shape modern society often operate beneath the surface, utilizing institutional structures, historical narratives, and economic incentives to maintain stability for the wealthy while keeping the broader population in a cycle of struggle and dependency. And the categories that fall under this, I will explain. The first one is key pillars of systemic influence. Now, institutional shaping of thought. Educational systems and media networks historically function not just to inform, but to standardize perspectives. By prioritizing compliance, specialized labor preparation, and consumer readiness over critical thinking, institutions guide public thought patterns from an early age. Now, number 2 is manufactured division. Societal structures frequently leverage identity politics, economic stratification, and cultural polarization, keeping populations divided along partisan, racial, or class lines prevents collective solidarity, directing public frustration horizontally at peers rather than vertically at systemic inequalities. Now, number 3 is the narrative of history. Official historical accounts are often curated to legitimize existing power dynamics. Revolutions and the systemic overhauls are frequently sanitized, framing status quo institutions as natural evolutions rather than historical products designed to protect capital and property rights. Now, number 4 is harmful consumption and commodification. Now, consumer culture is systematically promoted as a substitute for genuine fulfillment, autonomy, and civic engagement. Advertising and credit systems encourage endless acquisition, transforming human identity into market segments and trapping individuals in debt. Now, 5th and last, the cycle of dependency. By tying basic survival, housing, healthcare, and sustenance to precarious labor markets, systems ensure that individuals remain too exhausted and economically vulnerable to challenge the status quo or cultivate true individuality. And this is these are 1000% real. No, you can definitely say, or I can definitely say, one of the key takeaways from Morgan Marshall's statement is that true autonomy requires recognizing how external structures shape internal desires, transforming passive consumers of prescribed narratives into active, critical thinkers. And when we get on the basis of how the world is literally running, that's exactly what is happening, right? So it's just for us to be aware and for us to truly think for ourselves, like truly think for ourselves and understand that we can make a change. When it comes down to all the bad people in the world, like I'm talking really bad people, only we can make a change. Only we together can make a change. So let me know your thoughts and perspective down in the comment section. Remember to drop a like and subscribe, show some love. Drop a like and subscribe, show some love. It is a boy Premium Celeb, and as usual, Mo.